If you want quick BL reads that feel amazing, this video is for you. Welcome to 30 Days of BL, a new series I started in where we're gonna be talking about our favorite gay couples, about BL mangas, manhwas, dame, anime, and all that. Yes, today we are in day 4 and I'm bringing you my top short BL stories during this year. Some BL stories are short, but they can definitely crush you, or they can absolutely bring you the most joy. As I said, today I'm going to be talking about the best BL stories that I read during this year. And the last one is absolutely big. And the first one is actually the one that I nominated for the best short story of the year. So if you watch my previous video about the BL of the year, you probably can guess already which one I'm talking. Talking about Legroom. It's a some manhwa. It is only filled with 17-18 chapters, including the side stories and a bonus chapter describing like kind of a vacation, okay? This manhwa is based on an apocalyptic world in where the population has been disappearing by the hands of zombies. We started this manhwa with our main character Hitae, that he woke up in a windowless room. He doesn't remember how he ended up there. He only remembers his name and his age. And there he's gonna meet our main lead, who is Yi-hoon, someone that has been growing up isolated from the world. So it started from this kind of situation in where our main character feels that he has been kidnapped and he knows nothing about this weird guy. The story begins. You have to keep in mind, as I said, and it is really important, that we are in a world in where suddenly zombies started appearing and they are trying to eat human beings. So obviously the population is being reduced little by little, and as you can imagine, if we are in an apocalyptic war, everything regarding politeness, everything regarding of social behavior obviously is thrown out of the window, because the first priority for everyone, it is to survive. I truly enjoyed it a lot. The art is beautiful. It has a really stunning, beautiful art style. And the main couple are pretty fun in terms of they are completely opposite from each other, like two totally different personalities. And also, as I said at the beginning, we're facing someone, the main lead, who has been growing up isolated from the world. So obviously we have here, rather than a man, we have like a big kid, okay, in terms of personality, way of acting, and so on. So it's kind of really refreshing, the fact that even though we are in this situation in where the world as they used to know it is definitely collapsing, you can still find kindness. Moving from this apocalyptic world, we're gonna go to something more fun, to actually kind of a comedy in this case. I'm talking about Hook It and Cook It, and it is a short story that you can read on Lessing as well. Our main couple is a merman who is pretty cool and a chef dash restaurant owner dash cooker, okay, who actually has really scary looks. Like, even though he's the owner of a sushi restaurant, you can easily be confused and think that he's actually a mob boss or he's from the Yakuza. So we have here two different people in terms of looks, because we have the mermaid, this stunning, beautiful, ethereal man. We also have this guy with his incredible scary looks, okay, when he's actually a really kind and lovely person. They got to meet into our main character restaurant, and they're gonna start learning from each other words. We're gonna experience a relationship in where we're gonna learn about how their world perceive mermen and how people tend to mistreat them and take advantage of them sometimes. And also we're gonna see this poor lovely soul who is actually the sweetest man ever, who still cannot avoid repel people because of his look. All of this story is about Hevion, who is the seafood restaurant owner, wondering if this beautiful mermaid reciprocate his feeling and how this mermaid is gonna fight to being able to open his heart and start a relationship with him. I love this manhwa basically because it was fun. It was fun, like when you're reading certain titles and really tough and with a lot of suffering and a lot of different plot twists, sometimes you really want, to breathe actually. And for these kind of moments in when your mind is totally overwhelmed with everything that you've been reading before, this manhwa comes along. You're gonna spend a few minutes reading, it is an easy read, and you're gonna have some laugh. And the next one, to be honest, I haven't found anyone talking about it, so this is your chance to get to know a new one, a pretty cool one. In this case, we continue with the fantasy, let's say, and we're moving to a manhwa who contains ghosts, reincarnation, a bit of horror, psychological trauma, but it is a pretty good one. I'm talking about Dreambound. This manhwa, we're gonna find our main character who has been suffering for horrible nightmare for a lot of time, and in those nightmares he is physically and sexually assaulted by a monster. The lack of sleep and also now having this nightmare starting to merge into his life, he feels frustrated and unable to function properly. He's gonna find help from an unknown person who offered him to help him with his nightmare. And along the chapter, we're gonna discover that actually these two are pretty fate to each other. Destiny finally put them together, and it's gonna be up to our main character to accept that fact, his feeling, and up to him if he wants to start a new life with this unknown person. Yaoi, I felt that it was something different, and definitely it helped me when I read it because I was overwhelmed with other reads. It was a pretty interesting ride. And last but definitely not least, it is one short story that it is that good that I will easily put it into my top 5 BLs of the years, just because how much I enjoy this short story. I'm talking about Release Your Persona, and you can find it on Ready Books. This manhwa, it is a show with as a main, environment of the story. The story, we have our main character Jaegyo, who is a really well-known actor, and our main lead Shengrok, I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly, okay, who is his neighbor, but at the beginning he's gonna be considered a stalker. The moment that this neighbor didn't recognize him, obviously being as well-known and as prideful as you could imagine he's gonna be, our main character revealed himself, and from there they're gonna start this relationship in where they're gonna get closer and closer. Everyone knows Jaegyo, but nobody really knows the real him. But this is gonna change thanks to meeting this neighbor. Our main character is gonna fall in love. Easy. However, he feels that neighbor keep always his wall up with him. It doesn't matter if they get intimate or not. Little we knew that this is because actually Grog has been always a huge fan of our main character. And the story is just so fun. Like, it is fun, but what I love the most is how complex these two characters are, and the art. the art. I know, I'm so annoying. Like, art this, art that. Yes, well, I'm an artist, obviously. Tracks to good art, but in this case, the art style is just so good. Like, who doesn't like men with fangs? Like, come on, it is how it is, and it's something that I keep looking, and my eyes are keep going to them every time I read this manhwa. Stunning art, sexy things, good smut, and two crazy people about each other. And this will be it. These were my favorite short stories during this year. And now please let me know yours. Leave in the comments your recommendation for the best short BL manhwas that you read this year. It doesn't matter if it's this year or another time. Like, give me your recommendation for good short stories, because as I said, it's always great to have these amazing stories that even though they are short, they can hit you hard. Hope you're having an amazing day, and see you in the next video.